All right, I got my last interview guest joining me, singer-songwriter Adam Nulton is with me right now. What's going on, man?
Not too much. How you doing, bud?
Good, good. Thank you for being on the show. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me.
So, before I get into the questions, I got to give a shout out to Jill of Nashville Entertainment Weekly. She is awesome at what she does. And this interview just came like days or maybe a week prior or whatever. And this is awesome. So I'm happy to have you on, man, and hope you staying safe out there during these quarantine times.
I'm doing good, man. I hope you're staying safe as well.
Absolutely. So with that being said, how did you get started into music?
I started playing guitar when I was about 12 years old. I started taking lessons from a gentleman over. Uh, he was a pastor in a town called Tunkhannock, and he was just trying to keep like a church afloat, and he was charging $1 an hour in hopes to get a bunch of students together and keep the church open. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. So I just kind of started teaching myself a little bit, and then started taking lessons from different musicians and guitar teachers over the course of the years. Anybody that was influenced with jazz, blues, rock and roll, metal, and kind of took my experiences and just kind of started to write about a year after that. And the nice thing was that my neighbor, I grew up in a half double. My neighbor, Chris Scott, the two of us, we would get together and jam on the guitars. And I think the first song I ever learned was "Every Rose Has Its Thorn." So then we started a band shortly, a couple of years after that, and in high school, and played a roller skating rink, and from that point forward, it was kind of less, meeting other guys in the area, and there's a city called Wilkes-Barre, which is there was a lot of different musicians that were down there. So we kind of ventured out in that area and met some new people and joined some other bands, and that's kind of how I got started in it.
So, as far as musical influences, who out there that inspired you as far as being an artist, a singer, songwriter? Who are some of the artists that inspired you?
As I was growing, as a child, my family used to play a lot of, John Denver. There's Willie Nelson, Merle Haggard always playing, and then as I got a little older, I started listening to, some like Bon Jovi was an influence, Kiss, the Scorpions, and that like Poison. I was a huge '80s fan for the longest time, and then I kind of just listened to different genres. Like I listened to Garth Brooks. He inspired me a lot, and that's kind of the music that I grew up on. Motley Crue. Then there's Johnny Cash. So I mean, there is a wide variety of stuff that I've listened to in the course of the years, and I just I always just felt that there was no limitations. I had to listen to pretty much everything because there's so much great talent and great artists that are out there that are such influences. I feel it's important to really, absorb all that and create your own material.
Quite the variety you got there. John
Yeah,
Denver.
it is.
John Denver. I have a story about a John Denver song. I made a bet with my co-host many years ago, and I lost a bet, and I had to sing "Thank God I'm a Country Boy" on the air. Uh, and I didn't know the lyrics or anything like that, but I had to learn it. I sang it. I tried the best that I can. I'm not as musically talented as you are, but I gave it my best, and it was all in good times. Just trying to entertain people, and I guess as long as we accomplish that, then I'm cool with I'm okay with that. And plus, Jen Denver, he's a talented musician in his own right, and that song was quite a hit back in his heyday.
Right.
I see that you are part of you getting promotion, courtesy of Nashville Weekly Entertainment,
Hmm.
and with Jill. How did that came to be? Did she and reach out to you? Did you reach out to them? How did that came about?
Well, actually, we have a mutual friend, Josh Epperson. I reached out to him about a year or two ago when I first started releasing some material, and he's been playing and spinning my music for a couple of years now. And he reached out to me and asked me if I'd be interested in teaming up with Jill and TJ, and I said, yeah, absolutely. So he reached out to them, gave them my information, and I contacted them as well. We kind of just took it from there and spoke over the phone a little bit.
And every time I'm on Facebook, I scroll down and I always see Nashville Weekly Entertainment promoting artists, promoting their songs being played on the radio, seeing artists preparing for upcoming interviews, and Jill has been excellent. Every person that I've interviewed through Nashville Weekly Entertainment, Weekly Entertainment Weekly, excuse me.
Mhm.
They got posters padded, set up, and everything. So they really care about their artists. They really do what they can to spread the word. So you have quite the team in your corner when it comes to promoting your music.
Yeah, I would, the thing is I've been with them for about a month now, and I was really impressed with the amount of work that they put into the artists because not only myself, there's other people that are under their belt that they really focus on, and they care about the musicians and the artists that they're promoting, and that's what's important. And it really is nice to be on the team with them.
Yeah, so shout out to Jill, shout out to TJ, for all they do. You released a song recently, and it's called "Men
Mhm.
Upstairs." Um,
Yes.
and with everything that is going on with this pandemic, we all can need some uplifting type of music, and this song fits the criteria as far as being uplifted. Um,
Hmm.
what was it like recording that song, and how did you feel about recording it? And it's pretty self-explanatory, for us Christians
It
out
is.
there. But from a songwriting perspective, what's it all about, man?
Well, I mean, the funny thing is that the song was written and recorded before all this even came about.
Hmm.
So it's kind of ironic that it kind of fits into, what's being played out right now in everyday life. But I mean, growing up, I grew up around a lot of people who are very religious and from different aspects. And I even tried to go into, different churches and finding my way and just seeing what would fit best for me. And I just always feel that people, they have their own opinions and their own judgments, and some people don't even believe in anything. They don't even have the opportunities, because of the way they're brought up, to even find religion or believe that there's a higher being. So when I started writing this song, I just kind of was sitting in my living room thinking to myself, a lot of people don't have any direction, and some people still question, well, what's out there? Where am I going? What's my life about? And that's kind of how I started writing it. And there's certain points in the song as well. Like I just recently went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and got to experience the Rocky Mountains and stuff like that, and or Smoky Mountains, I'm sorry. And so I incorporated that into the song. But I just feel that a lot of people, they need some sort of direction, and some people find it and some people don't. And I think there's a lot of people that are kind of reaching out there, trying to find some positiveness in everything that's going around, going on at this point. And the song just kind of fit to what was going on with the COVID-19, And so, I mean, that's basically what the song really is just trying to find, direction in life and whatever it means to that person, that individual, who the higher being is, and, what makes them feel fulfilled in life.
Man Upstairs is available on all digital music platforms. Go check it out. Go give it a stream. With the pandemic putting performances and crowds on hold, best way that you can help support artists like Adam during this time is to stream their music, buy their merchandise, and if you are also able, please share their music on social media. Spread the word. There's a lot of good music out there, and ain't just always on the radio. You just have to dig deep, look around, see what's out there, and I'm glad that I've gotten to hear music like yours. I did play Man Upstairs less than an hour ago, and I definitely enjoyed that. So do you plan on releasing more music in the future? Maybe a EP or a full-length album down the road? Or what's next for Adam in the coming weeks?
Yeah, right now I'm currently working on, I was working on, now that everything's shut down, I have 12 new tracks that 6 of them are actually completed, and 2 of them I released on, all social media platforms. One of them would be The Devil in Me, Man Upstairs, and so there's going to be a new album coming out. I haven't really found a title yet, but there's going to be 12 new tracks on there.
All right, definitely looking forward to that. And before I let you go, man, I want you to go ahead and promote your social media links. Where can people find you? Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, etc.
You can go on to adamnulton.com. That's my website. I also Adam Nulton Facebook page. And I don't really have a Twitter account, so I'm not really a Twitter person. But if you go on to Spotify, any iTunes, any digital platforms online, Pandora, Amazon, you could find my music on there. YouTube, also, you could find me on there. Just type in Adam Nulton. There's also a video that I released about 2 years ago called Redneck Nightclub. That's on there as well. And yeah, that's basically it, man.
Well, Adam, it was great chatting with you. Thank you so much for your time.
You as well.
And again, go support Nashville Weekly Entertainment. They do interviews with their artists and some other artists in the Nashville areas. Please, support local music, support independent music, spread the word, and we'll get through this together somehow. And Adam, best of success goes out to you, man, and could be safe.
You as well, man. Thanks for having me on.
You have a good night, man.
You as well.